international organizations. Position African First Ladies as key stakeholders in development and social justice. Her Excellency's remarkable work has not gone unnoticed. She was recently honored as the Best First Lady of the year 2024. A testament to her outstanding impact on global influence. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency's contribution extends even further. She is a distinguished visiting lecturer at the Milton Magai Technical University. Under the leadership of Doctor, Professor, and in the words of Her Excellency, co-chairperson of the Answer for Girls campaign, Philip John Kanu, where she continues to inspire, educate the next generation of leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, with all this introduction, please give a standing ovation. Join me in welcoming a global icon, a passionate advocate for women and children, and who blessing to celebrate Africa and world at large. Put your hands together for Dr. Fatmata.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Olema na no hear you. If I believe in anyone here, I say I love you. Olema na no hear you. Our distinguished chairperson, Madam Josephine Kamara. My goodness. You know, sometimes you have an MC. Sometimes you have a chairperson. This time we have a distinguished, a woman with substance. I'm grateful to be in your presence, ma'am. Ministers here present, of course, the Deputy Minister of Trade, who is here with us, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, my brother who had to leave. Of course, you know me, I'm not only supportive of women, but I'm very much protective of children. So Ben had to go because today is his daughter's, his daughter has something to do at the school, and I asked him to go and be with his daughter. So I want to, in his absence, acknowledge my brother, Ben Kefala, and my dear sister who is here, Dr. Sylvia Blyden, even though I really didn't want to talk about her because she knows I'm a student like you guys, and I'm a student like her. And she promised she was not going to be late. And she came late. Let me also acknowledge the first you are the boss. So let me acknowledge the woman of substance who's also transforming our educational system in this country, giving back to nation and say my son Onana, my son Polo, and then they will look back. So all my sons on the high is close to my heart, and I'm so proud of every one of you. And I want to now acknowledge, so we are not calling her elect anymore. Her Excellency, the President of NOS, Madam Fiona Gaima. I want to acknowledge your presence, and I want to thank you for inviting me. And I also want to thank your executive that is full of brilliant women that are changing the narrative in our country. Yeah. So, Fiona and your executive, I'm very much grateful to be here in your presence. The past news presidents who are here, if you're absent, may God make you no absent now. Our young and vibrant student bodies of Sierra Leone, they are present. Members of the Fourth Estate, Madam Princess Ivo Osho, the mother of Leone, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from the love of my life, His Excellency. And let me lend my voice to the other speakers by warmly welcoming you all. I want to especially welcome our distinguished personalities from all facets of lives here present, but more especially past news president and executive, as well as the current student body of Sierra Leone. Today's occasion is not only unique, history-making, but very special. We all have come here to witness the inauguration of the first female news president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Yes, this is very important for several reasons, but I will narrow my take to the aspect as I relate to them. My coinage of the hands of our girls was very crafty and deliberate, and it encompassed all aspects of ensuring women empowerment and gender equality. It was not just to save tender girls from preying pedophiles, but rather create a space and make society a better place where girls, like boys, will have the same opportunities and privileges to pursue their dreams. So from 2018 to now, we have made some significant progress making our national statistics in health outcome for women and girls taking lead in all public exams, the distribution of free sanitary pads, female students in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM are assured of tuition fees, education. There is a record of the highest number of female students enrolling to study engineering at the Probe College today. Parents are now at ease for their girl child. We have ensured 2 United Nations resolutions enacted the gender equality and women empowerment that guarantees and assures at least 30% in elected and appointed positions for women. And in June last year, our Parliament unanimously passed the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. There are many more several positive outcomes from our efforts at national and international levels. As you can see or would realize, all of these and several initiatives are geared towards preparing the next generation of female leaders. That is why we have created the opportunity, reviewed and enacted policies and laws, as well as changed the psyche of society to appreciate and value women. Madam News President, today you are taking a leadership role of news, and I must remind you that leadership is not an easy task. You are now expected to motivate and inspire your executive together with the news to act towards achieving a common goal for the benefit for the student body in Sierra Leone, not for IPAM, but the student body of Sierra Leone. You must provide guidance to individuals in your team to work cohesively and effectively to achieve your shared objectives. The qualities and characters you must adopt, if not in you, but not limited to the following. You have to be visionary, you have to be empathy, you have to have integrity, you have to be very decisive, and you have to have the communication skills, and backing that, you should be confident, you should be ready to be accountable to your people, you have to be inspirational, and you have to be a problem solver. And decisiveness among others. This should be your qualities, and this is who we should remember you for. And what's your situation even more critical is because you are a woman. When you are a woman, you work twice more. Men get it easy. Women on it. Men get it easy. You now have to work twice and prove your doubters wrong, as well as inspire intended female students to come forward and show up at the right time. When we start having female leaders in our institutions of higher learning, the rest of society will seamlessly accept us as leaders. Of course, there are challenges like in most life situations, including overcoming the elections outcome, diversity of colleges and universities nationwide, managing expectations of your colleagues and other society issues that have direct bearing on students' life and welfare. But in the midst of those challenges abound tremendous opportunities. You should appreciate and guide and protecting the opportunities provided by the New Direction government under the astute leadership of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, so that the free quality education and its appendage of free sanitary pads, STEM, and conducive learning environment are never reversed by any government in the future. This is where your theme for this ceremony, Education for All, Uniting Youth for National Progress, fits in very well. Nobody is going to make our country for us, but ourselves. Let me repeat this. Nobody is going to make our country for us, but ourselves. We are not answerable to anybody. As a nation, it is our duty, and it must be our duty, to look in Sierra Leone and make sure what we give back to our nation should be a positive one that will change the narrative for all of us and for our children. No one is going to come and help us. Nobody is going to make our country, and to do that, we must be united and take on the common enemy of poverty. We cannot say because I am SLPP, you are APC, we should not work. If working together will change the narrative and make our country a better country, so be it. We should remove discrimination, injustice, exploitation, and the looming climate change together. All of these problems that we have in Sierra Leone is because we still don't see one another as Sierra Leoneans. We still see each other as SLPP, APC. And until and unless we draw that line and say there is no SLPP or APC in this country, but we are Sierra Leonean and we stand together as one nation, then we will realize the thing that we have been yearning for since independence. As youths of today, you must overcome the artificial enemy lines drawn by those who came under the cover of political and social darkness to confuse, divide, and sway you from making your own contribution to national development. If you are following the global news recently, if you do watch the news, you know it is high time we now start to fix our own country. Eh? Do no business, we get for the family. Be careful, really look in-house and fix in-house and make sure the ones that are untouchable, we touch them and let them realize that Sierra Leone is ours, not theirs. It is very incumbent on all of us to start looking within and believing in ourselves to solve our problems and advance our common aspiration. The news leadership has provided you one of the biggest platforms, Madam Fiona. Hey, how can I forget my daughter's name? Stop, Fatima. Therefore, you must use it to lend your voice to women and girls' empowerment in particular, and to student issues in general. Every leader is defined and remembered by their vision and goals. I urge you to outline your vision and set your goals so that we easily identify you with them. In that process, I encourage you to set high standards and strive for excellence. It's not because you're a woman you should do otherwise. Excellence is what makes a woman a great woman. In today's world, You are very opportune and lucky, as my conviction, after looking at your faces in this crop of news generation, I can confidently say you are all born after computer. I don't know if you understand that. You are all born after computer, unlike most of our predecessors who were BBC, born before computer. That is a crime. Sylvia, you're not born before computer, is it? You're not BBC, no? It therefore means most of the difficulties other people faced to communicate, relate, and embark on initiatives were very challenging. Now, with digital and technology as well as artificial intelligence dominating our lives, you have the chance to come up with innovative ideas and interventions that can impact students so that we do not miss on the best in the fourth industrial revolution. I would expect your leadership to develop a website and ensure it goes live and should be regularly updated. Make your mark in the digital space and make Sierra Leone students great. Before I take my seat, I want to express my profound gratitude to the first female president and my daughter and her team for selecting me as the special guest of honor at their inauguration ceremony. With humility and as mother of the nation, I feel very proud for such gesture and do not take it lightly. There are thousands of personalities out there who are equally capable of performing this task, but by choosing me to be part of this history-making event, I feel very special, for which I am grateful. I must acknowledge His Excellency, the President. I must acknowledge him. He keeps me safe. He makes me happy. I must acknowledge His Excellency, the President, Dr. Julius Malavio, my dear husband, who have not only created the space, but also inspired and motivated me to pursue the initiative that I have embarked on for my compatriots. We are grateful to you, His Excellency, for branding our country from the dark adjective to attractive ones, but more importantly, for inspiring generations of Sierra Leoneans to believe in their country and serve its people. We are recording in our history book today the name Madame Fiona Gaima as the first female news president of Sierra Leone. We are not only witnessing history, but we are living it. And I can call on all here present and those beyond the walls of this hall to provide every support to her and her team so that they can make female leadership fashionable for our coming generation. And I want to assure you, Madam Fiona, as long as I live here as the First Lady of this country, you are protected. And I want you to know I am your campaigner-in-chief, and I remain to be your campaigner-in-chief. At this juncture, please allow me to thank few people who were part of the process in making sure Fiona is named the President of NUS. I want to thank Professor Dr. Philip Kanu of Ghana, of Magai. I want to also thank Mr. John Juana of the Kenema Eastern University. I want to thank Professor Edwin Momo of ABK. And I also want to thank my dear sister who is here, Madam Sylvia Blyden, in making sure the process is followed. We are not asking for favors here. All we are saying, follow the process. If we beat you, we beat you. If you beat me, you beat me. But please, do not mess about with the process. And I have no regrets, Fiona, for standing by you. Not because you're a woman, it is because I believe in you. I am not standing with you if I feel you cannot deliver. I stood by you because because I know you have what it takes to change this union. And through you, we are going to see a different kind of news presidency in this country. I want to thank you all for your kind attention. And today is Juma. Let me wish you Juma Mubarak. And I know I might not see you before Saturday, tomorrow. Let me also now thank you and thank the whole of the Muslim Jamaat in Sierra Leone, Ramadan Kareem. And I pray that Allah will accept our fasting and that when we start, let us start in peace and finish in peace, inshallah. And for our Christian brothers and sisters, it is Ramadan. Eat with us, feast with us, and celebrate with us. As we do eat with you and celebrate Christmas. When it's Christmas, you don't even know if I'm a Muslim, because I take over Christmas. So please, take over my Ramadan and let us celebrate as one people in our great nation. Thank you all, may God bless you.